Hey guys, welcome to Loon Live. I'm going to turn off my AC, I guess, in the dungeon. Hope you guys are doing well. Tonight we have some saltwater pattern, and a fun little carp fly. Whoa, everything's just totally a mess. Trying to figure out how last time. Open the chat. Hello, chat. So yeah, we have a carp bug, the Limp Biscuit, kind of a real generic carp fly, and also just a generic sand EelA looking thing. And Terry, good morning. How'd you know I just woke up? I haven't even shaved yet. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty fun. Some good stuff, and yeah, I'm excited. Should have fun. Make sure my phone is on the vibrate quietness. And we're going to get started. Alright. Oh no. Alright. So there's a couple different ways that we're going to start with the carp bug. And I'll talk about weighting it going forward here. That's right. Oh boy. The new chat thing is back up and operational. So, I do struggle a little bit with technology, as you guys know. So, my hook that I am using, Carl, how's it going? Is going to be a Daiichi at 1120, and it is a size 6. We're going to zip down into said vise. It is green. I'm feeling green today. Getting ready to go on the road. Whatever that has to do with green. Alright, I dropped my eye things. That was horrible. Goodness, I tried to be so organized and failed horribly. I'm going to grab the eyes. It'll be black. Product placement, Loon Outdoors. Tub of eyes. Bingo. Alright, we're back. So I wrote my eyes rolled off my desk. We're not going to look for them. We're just going to get new ones. There they are. So these carp bugs, you can weight them different ways, different styles, bead chain, minimal weight. Ahoy, Aaron. Whatever you feel like. Let's see, can we get him tighter than that? Well, it might be too close. Let's adjust. Enhance. Okay. Perfect. Ish. So all I'm going to do is start our thread. Way too much thread out, but that's okay. And go ahead and... Hey, Jamie. Tweet. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these eyes in. This is just a standard tungsten dumbbell eye. We'll call it a standard because tungsten dumbbell eyes are not standard. But that's okay. It will ensure that said Limp Biscuit creature, hate naming flies by the way. If you guys hate the names of these things, it's like I have to come up with something. And Brett, one of the head honchos at Loon, just like listens to Limp Biscuit all the time. So I think it's his favorite band. So that's how he came up with this idea. Alright. So we have a little thread body, and it kind of goes like that. Next up, we're going to be using this gelatinous blob called a squirmito, or squirmy wormy, or any number of various things. I saw guys using these for the carps, and I said, man, I need some of that. They come in an array of colors, sizes, not really sizes, but I think they come in different lengths or something. They're apparently really hard to tie in, although I just wrap the thing halfway down the shank and it tends to stay where you want it. Nope. No, I don't dislike naming flies. I just don't think people should name their own flies. I like to let people name my flies for me typically. Brett, you know, I tried to introduce him to some newer music, and honestly, it just didn't take. You know, we tried to get him socialized to some newer stuff, but I think he has that Fred Durst poster on his wall for a reason. He's gonna kill me. It'll be great. Anyways, I'm gonna trim this on a little bit of a bias. Some of the ends are rounded, and it works out fine. And next up, I'm just gonna bring in some CDC. I really dig CDC on a multitude of patterns, and I think it makes a really cool hackle as well for this pattern. I'm actually going for a lot of the feathers that I wouldn't normally use, so I go for the big ones. So I'm going to take 3 of these CDC feathers and align all the tips up. And I put just a little twist where I'm going to go ahead and tie in. I'll just palmer it in there really good. Or tie it in there really good. Sorry, I've been on the phone all day. Mr. Evers, hello? I'm totally joking. I don't think Brett likes Limp Biscuit. He's just going to have to wear that badge of honor now. Everybody's like, what? Okay. I am lucky that I can turn this thing on, Jordan, and get it to fire up and get on the interwebs most days, I feel. So I can't help you with your internet woes. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Bromance. A Kid Lane guy. I think he was listening to some Tribal Seeds after hanging out with you, Cheech, in Albany. I won't lie. I think there was definitely some tribalness going down. Started to get into reggae a little bit more. So next up, and this is a pretty basic fly, you guys. It's not going to I'm really milking this one right now. So next up we'll form a dubbing loop. As you can see, I have a dubbing loop back here. And we will take the dubbing twister with the shepherd hook on there. Now there's any, you can kind of just throw your favorite dubbing in here. I think you need to start sending him some Limp Biscuit propaganda there, Cheech, to his personal email. So I'm using some laser dub. Another great color would be Booger. If I had it, of Bruiser Blend, you would probably want to use Junior or cut regular in half, because I'm actually halving the laser dub myself here to spin. And then what we'll get is this kind of dubbing creature-ish looking loop here. It really needs to get picked out. So we'll just take our bodkin and harmfully attack this. And if you're using GSPs, you don't have to really worry about breaking your thread too much. It's gonna hold super steady in most situations. That would be great. Ebbers loves Chumbawamba? Is that? Wow, I don't even know what a Chumbawamba is. Maybe that's better off that way. Sounds insulting. So, I'm just going to get anything that's loose and wiggly back out, put it back in the bag. Hello, Daniel Seaman. Inverted. Well, it's going to sit that way, but I like to tie things upside down and backwards to confuse people, because it's easier for me that way. Anything with eyes, I just tie it completely upside down for confusion reasons. Okay, so once we get up to the eye area here, I'll do a few wraps. Man, this is actually, I'm sorry guys, this is a pretty quick pattern. Do a few through there, a few over this guy. And now we'll start working on him. It's probably kind of like a million. This isn't anything I really invented, I just hybridized like 50 things that I saw on the interweb. So it's really just kind of a hybridization of many creatures in one. You guys are just getting after it out there, talking trash on each other. So these are just a little olivey orange tip leg I had lying around. Kind of liked the way it looked, so I decided to include it. So all I do is I just pull these, sneak around, and now they're locked in there. And with these downturned eye hooks, you can throw a half hitch in there to help secure too. Oh man. Yeah, it could work for a shad fly, I guess. We'd have to brighten it up though. Those shad love those bright colors that I've seen, at least. So what I'll do is I'll pop that guy off of there. And add more UV something or other. I take soft, securing, gentle, tender loving wraps initially, and then progress from there. Jacob, new comments. That means the comment bar is moving too quick for me to keep up. I like that. Laser dub in the mouth is yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so my whole trick, and if I pay attention when I'm whip finishing, is I just take those soft, basic wraps initially, and then move forward from there. And then you can wrench down once you have it secured. Ugh. Oopsie, my bad. Pulled a leg off. That was not advisable. So what I'm going to do is give this guy just a little haircut up front here. Just ever so slightly. And we'll finish with a little bit of flow. Ah, yes, squirt. One of the only beverages in my house right now. And you can trim up the legs. I don't mind the orange. You can leave the orange on there, shorten them up. I haven't really noticed it makes a huge humongous difference. So that's a heavy version. But you can see, if I put it out there, and it's going to sit, and that little tail deal will float around in there, make a lot of movement, and it'll be pretty fun. And you can just sit there and get rejected by fish continuously. So it's not a super advanced pattern, I guess you would say. Sometimes the simple stuff is really good with carp fishing. But yeah. So, progressing forward to a more different fly. See, this one's kind of longer. You're gonna get more green shirt. It is advanced for Aaron. Hey, don't make fun of Aaron. I cannot tie a prince nymph to save my life. Honest to God. Tie horrible prince nymphs. They're absolutely hideous. Like, even my daughter thinks they look bad, and she's 4. So, gives you any idea of how bad my prince nymphs are. What do we got in here? See, I mean, she ties amazing pink caddises like this, all on her own. And look at that. It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid Cheech. Yeah. So this pattern, depending on the size, the sand lance, sand eel, whatever you want to call it, I fished something very similar to this in a smaller size for sea run cuts up in Washington. I don't hook a ton of them because I don't fish the super hot areas for them, but the ones that do eat seem to like it. But then again, that's a few weeks out of the year for me when I'm on the road or up in Seattle. Stripers definitely like this thing. So the cool thing with this pattern and style is you can adjust your hook size to meet the fish you're getting after. Uh-oh, picking on Daniel Seaman now. Welcome to the community, Daniel. So you can go with or without weight. If you want to throw weight on this, you can do an under wrap of like a non-lead wire. Although they're pretty darty on their own, just due to the amount of UV clear fly finish we're going to put on this thing. I like to use a white thread. You know, guys do all sorts of different stuff. Those are the beaters. To build the heads, you can use that pearl cord braid stuff. Pretty much anything. So I'm going to go flat wing style with this because the lady that inspires me the most. Her name is Britta, and she is a kick butt guide, or was a kick butt guide. I think she's going to work for Sage now, up in the Seattle area. And she ties like all of her flies flat wing style. Most of the ones that I look at. Anyways, on the old Instablam. So what this is just an olive saddle hackle. Brandon, hello. Welcome. So I'm just going to hold this in nice and flat and get it to lay in a vertical presentation this way. We'll do a measuring. And then we strip it. I like to strip them off just a little bit. For the second one away from me, you'll notice I started up just a hair on the top of the shank. That just helps with rotational tension as you tighten it down. But the result is a very flattened wing. Working? Who other than me is still working? Unless you live in Hawaii. You're not allowed to be working. You better be tying some flies then, Brandon. Okay. So next up, I'm going to introduce some Senya's Metallic Barred Predator Wrap Silver, Purple, Black. And it's pretty cool. Hey Cheech, I met I've met him a few times. A very nice gentleman here in town. I loaned him a micro spay rod the other evening, and he orders stuff from you. Said the service is great, but it was pretty funny. He ordered a bunch of new toys from you. I just kind of laughed. But he also ties a bunch of Cheech leeches. Oh, retail. Gotcha. I like it. So this is just adding a little bit of barring and segmentation deep into the body of this fly. So typically I use like a ice dub or something to kind of form a body, but I wanted to match and be super matchy, but I got this mini flat fly braid in a lilac pearl. Hairline is killing it. I agree. They have some things that are amazing. And some stuff I'm super excited about. You got to get really geeky on it, but it's going to change my world. I'll put it that way. So, I'm going to tie this stuff in, and then we're going to use some Ripple Ice Fiber in UV pearls. So it's RIP 375. So you can see this stuff has a cool crinkle effect to it, and I'm just going to go ahead and take some of it and make sure that it's staggered. Flip the fly over for this. Okay. So now we have our purple flat braid. Dude, could you imagine tying a humpy with this pearl flat braid? You should do that. Like a grumpy frumpy with pearl flat braid would be, I think, an absolutely tasty treat for a trout. Okay. So now that we have all this business going on in here, save this for later. What are you talking about? Okay. So this is Steve Farrar's Flash Blend, and this color I'm using tonight is Wild Olive. They happen to have, I don't know, I think 60 different olive variations, all of which are pretty good. So I like this Wild Olive though. So again, all I'm doing is tapering it, and I'll probably end up cutting it anyways. But that's where I'm starting. And next up, off-white. We're just going to get a little more off-white there. I'm thinking a flat braid grumpy will be gangster. Spent the day organizing all of your flies, by the way. They look beautiful. Just kidding. That's what I have to do after this broadcast. Get ready. I'm going to be, I don't know if anybody even cares, I'm going to be doing like every single shop that I visit, like a Snapchat. I don't even know what a Snapchat is till like 3 days ago, but I've been told that it would be cool to show all the shops that I visit on the road. So I was like, I could do that for sure. I probably need to drive to Orem, Utah at some point though. Do some work. Okay. So now comes the tricky part, the eyes. These are just like 4mm vanilla gold eyes, just pretty much vanilla. Nothing fancy, nothing spectabulous here. And I'm going to use some flow. And we're just going to adhere them with said UV Mega Power lamp. Okay. Now here comes the tricky Ricky part. So what you want to do is take some flow and drop enough down, and the materials are by design are naturally translucent. So the UV light will penetrate through them. And it tends to run downwards, so we'll cure it from the bottom. You know what, Casey, I never learned to use whip finisher. I could not even whip finish if you asked me to. You could hand me that tool and I'd look at you like you were speaking like Swahili. Although Cheech might be very good at Swahili, considering all of his work he does with the fly tires now. You never know. But I can't use a whip finisher. Kind of like I can't tie Prince nymphs. Okay. So once we have like our base down, now we're going to go ahead and bring in some thin. And you don't want to go bonkers all at once. That's not the key here. If you're doing this with epoxy, it would be a full-blown bonkers festival at once, and then you'd have to babysit these for however many minutes your epoxy takes to cure. But we're beyond that now. Happier times. So fruit fly hatch? What are you talking about? It does, because I don't tie small flies. Definitely helps. Aaron, what are you talking about, fruit flies? What did you eat for dinner? So next up, we're going to go ahead and start building a little bit more thoroughly. And I'm going to loosen up the vise. Not that much, but just enough to start building and causing trouble here. So I'll spin. We'll do a 360 here. And if it's a little lumpy at this point, that's totally fine. We've got to do a couple of coats here. Oh, okay. I guess I'd have to watch news to like understand some of these items. I just tie flies and screw around with product development all day and watch my 4-year-old annihilate my fly tying stash. Because that's what she's good at, is just absolute poaching. Okay. I guess that green on the top doesn't work out so well for me with a green shirt, but that's okay. Oh boy. Some small stuff next time. I tied like a 20 once. It was pretty awesome. It was because Cheech does it. What kind of mushrooms are you finding right now in your weird East Coastern land area? Okay. Okay. Whoa, bro. And then I'm just going to top shot with just a little bit of flow because it's the least of the tackiest from the Loon. That mini flat braid in the cheek right there, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing, but definitely pops. Gives it a really cool, if you did it dark, it would almost be like a lateral line. Please don't take off your shirt. I've been looking at your fly patterns for the last few days there, Cheech. I'm not seeing anything small out of your little money makers lately. So what I'll do is I'll just spin this around in the vise. And I kind of separate out the parcels here. You guys might not be able to see what I'm doing. We better go wide angle. Sorry, I forgot. It was keyed up here for so once it gets wet, it's just going to sit like that because that's what happens. Thanks, Brandon. There's a fruit fly. So yeah, that's the little sandlands, and maybe we'll do some sandlands action in the tank there. But yeah, you can see it's got just a super tiny profile, but let me see if I can get it up close so you guys can see that cheek. I don't know. See those cheeks sitting in there. Pretty interesting. No bubbles in the tank this week, which is a good thing. So, hello tank. Not really sure what the carp fly will do in a dynamic tank environment, but we'll find out. They're greasy but not fat. Hey, if anybody has any really killer information on fishing between Spokane and Bend right now, like any reports, it would be awesome, because I'm heading there for like a week. Actually, that's got pretty... There we go. So as you guys can see, the should have that little thing in there, but I don't like sticking my hand in there. Let's see, how can I do that? Watch this trickery. This is sorcery. Aaron's probably going to be happy because something's in a tank. See what this little goobery, beastly guy looks like in a tank. Oh yeah. See if I can get him to sit on the top of that. Oh sweet. Yeah, it's not going to do much. We'll see what it looks like. Let's put it in the current. That looks more fun to me anyways. We'll have a carp bug battle. Pull the flat winger out of there. So carp love little creatures like that. Thank you, Cheech. I think that thing looks... I think we need some white squirmitos for bait fish tails. Could you imagine that little squirmito on a bait fish tail? Thing holds pretty tough upside down. Here, we'll turn the power off. Oh, now there's no power back on to get it in there. I just got to push it through. There we go. So that's tank off. I much prefer it with the tank on. I don't know why. I think with some eyes, that's like a new Cheech pattern. So I don't know what you guys think. Glow in the dark color. Bingo. Okay. We're panning back over. And camera crew, we're back. Jeez, my camera crew's on it tonight. Doing great. Well, I'm supposed to tie... I don't even know what I don't even remember what we were talking about tying last time, to be honest. So, anyone fish near Spokane? Dude, thank you, Aaron. I was really working hard on that tank skills. I used to do marionettes. I think that actually aids me, through my years of puppetry, aids me in manipulating flies through the tank. It actually works out really well. But Spokane, yeah, I've got some, thanks, Evers, with a flat wiener. Thanks, Bob. I don't have that much time, Cheech. Kind of a bummer. I have like 4 hours to fish, so I need to find like a ditch, maybe with some ditch pickles. Go hunt them up. Doing a 7-day stint out there. So, starting in Spokane and ending up back in Redding. Pretty big loop. So, I don't know, if you guys want to see something small, I'll tie something small. Although I don't think it presents very well with the current technology. But we'll go for it. And I don't know. Fairchild Air Force Base. I don't know where that is. Classic salmon fly to kill some time. Oh. I don't know if we want to do classic. We could do like a classic steelhead fly, Terry, like maybe like a Winter's Hope or something big. That could work out. So maybe we'll do a carp. You want me to tie a full carp? I'm trying to figure out what your new little oh, okay. Very cool. West of Spokane. I like it. I'll let you know what I find out, Bob. So yeah, maybe we'll do kind of an old school steelhead fly? I don't know. Anyways, we'll figure it out. I'm going to get packed zebra midge fry. Yes, absolutely. A soft tackle zebra midge would be super cool. I bet you've never seen one. Oh, okay. There we go. That sounds like something fun. So yeah, I'll do something with a dubbing brush, show you guys how I do my dubbing brushes, and then we'll tie a steelhead fly with it, and a zebra fripple, demo of the gator grip, perfect, Absolutely. I used it twice tonight. Also for street fighting purposes. You just need them on every finger. Just gator gripped out. So. River runs through it. I think that's like a salmon fly. I think they have all sorts of kooky names for everything in that movie. But, alright guys. I'm going to boogie and get packed up to drive on the road. I appreciate it. Hope you guys all have a great evening and a great weekend, extended weekend, which is a bonus. And we'll catch you next time. Alright, bye.